Hello everybody and welcome to Star Trek Online. The game that asks, am I really playing a game or is this reality? It's a game. Let's just be clear. Let's just be clear. Greetings and salutations. Nice and greetings. Look away, look away, look away. Storming the Spire. Since I can see the endeavors listed, there's no chat. Again, I have an overlay for chat, which is halfway here on the right side of the vertical plane right there, and it's about like half. It's underneath this whole column here, but it starts like right here. It's 50% overlay of a chat, so when there's people talking, there's chat there that I can read. I can't read the endeavors. That's why you see me clicking on the endeavor thing every once in a while.
Stream Elements says, Scorpwana is now live.
Damn it!
Streaming Star Trek Online. Star Trek Online, when the ship hits the fan, September 2nd, 2022.
Like now I can't see some of the endeavors. I see defeat Gorn on Nimbus and harvest materials ground. That's all I see. But storming the Spire TFO, I remember seeing that. So I can click on this and now read them. Deal phaser damage in space, no problem. Do that with my main character later on. Later on an adventure in time and space. I started nodding off about like 30 minutes ago. Like, get like that. Look away, look away, look away, Dixieland. Hey there.
OXNYX053 says, Hi.
Pi. 3.14 to you too, sir. Hello, Ox. Pi sounds like hi. That's pretty cool. How you doing since I last talked to you? Which was this morning on Discord. When I said, night Z's, gotta go to morning. Gotta go to bed in the morning. I got the weirdest sleep schedule. Alright, make sure my team's over here to help me out. Alright, here we go.
OXNYX053 says, Fine. About to run a Sompek Fed side.
Sompek lightning, very, very frightening me, Galileo. Have you already got the little mini event done? You just going after dilithium, or are you still like got a few? Because I know since you go to work during the week, you probably don't have time to get online and do much on it. But
OXNYX053 says, No, I will get it Saturday.
Roger that. Look away, look away, look away, Dixieland. Ha ha. Ha ha. We got you. Ha ha. Yes, ha ha. That one's capturing. So if that one gets it, definitely get. Well, nope. It's gonna jump back. A little less constipation, a little more crapping action. A little more crapping, please. All these enchiladas are messing with me. Damn, that thing zapped a bunch of them out of there. Battle, waddle, 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 waddle. As per the request of Arcanoloth, I have Strut and Strut 2 right now as sound commands. So, yeah. Nad, I have.
Strut that ass, strut that ass, strut that ass, strut that ass.
I don't know if I'm gonna like take more from
You'll be
that.
so goddamn fucking tired that you won't be strutting that ass.
And the ain't got time for that one. I don't remember like exactly what the command I gave for that one. Maybe it was time for that. TIMEFORDAT, I think. Yay for sinus drainage. Gotta love that shit. I have it constantly.
OXNYX053 says, but the song I thought it was fun would be so much more fun. And cause a YouTube sound strike.
The YouTube sound strike. Strutting that ass. Yeah, I looked on YouTube and saw some of the some videos that people auto-tuned with that and made like a little song thing out of it. But I was only linked to the original.
OXNYX053 says, pop that Tushi from Lords of Acid. Arcanoloth says, I'm going for Storming the Spire. This map requires a shuttle.
Storming the Spire. Oh, that's right. It's that where you go inside, right? And you have to talk to. No, you have to go through and get to a certain place or whatever where there's a Borg sphere or something there. I never can get it right talking to the people that live in that thing. Like helping them or whatever, it always fails for me. A little less constipation, a little more.
Romeo India Zulu says, Scorpion wannabe, how is you today?
I am here, dude. I was here yesterday as well, but decided to get on early today and get stuff going. Swallowing a lot of snot. Coughing. And yawning. Man, I was so freaking tired for no damn reason. It gets like that, though. It'd be getting like that. How are you doing, man? So you got everything painted. You're just going to wait a few days and let it go over each one? Paint machine.
Arcanoloth says, swallowing mucus you say? Yours or someone else's?
Let's see.
Arcanoloth says, this is where I need a sound alert of Sam telling Frodo share the load.
Share the load.
OXNYX053 says, why not both?
That's right. Had a dog look me in the nose, and I guess that's the same thing.
Romeo India Zulu says, I'm tired and hoodin' but I'm good. Yet it's gonna need a second coat in places, but I'll see Sunday what I can do.
Nice. Yeah, take a few days off, man. I'm tired just listening to the idea of painting. Like, it wears me out. The up and down motions and stuff like that. Ooh.
Romeo India Zulu says, I can't take that many, must be done by Wednesday.
Ew. Are they coming back out there to do some more stuff, and it has to be, like, are they gonna put trim up and stuff like that? That's why you have to be done.
Romeo India Zulu says, the cabinets get here later next week and I can't be in the way, or the paint's still wet.
Gotcha. Haven't had any cats with paint on them, have you?
Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Romeo India Zulu says, not paint, but drywall dust lol. My black cat isn't so black.
Gray cat. Drywall dust.
Arcanoloth says, so the family's spare car has a dented rear panel, trunk lid snapped off the hydraulic struts, passenger side mirror is busted, and the dashboard doesn't work. Finally convinced them to take it to the shop. Mechanic said it has the wrong spark plugs, who knows how that happened.
What the hell? What, okay. What's this about a spare car?
Arcanoloth says, I told him, the problem with a broken dash is not only do you not know how fast you are going, but you don't know if the check engine lights are on.
Right. If you hear the engine squealing, there's a problem. And the wrong spark plugs too? What in the hell? Has this vehicle been running? How?
Romeo India Zulu says, AMD the gas gauge.
Yep.
Arcanoloth says, haha yes, driving down the road with the window down to listen to the engine.
Ace Ventura style. Yeah, you gotta know how much gas you have.
Arcanoloth says, it runs but it's a 2005 Impala and the MPG is even worse now than when it was new.
Ugh. Well, yeah, I mean, if you got the wrong spark plugs and shit's not, sensors probably aren't even working right.
Arcanoloth says, they use it to just run errands in town, so it never goes over 40 miles per hour.
They think it doesn't go over it, or it definitely doesn't go over it. And they like, do they guess it how fast they're going, or? Or you get like a smartphone and say, how fast am I driving? Damn. Did they just...
OXNYX053 says, so it would run like a misloaded washing machine. Arcanoloth says, as in they travel at the speed of traffic which is bumper to bumper, so they are def not going 70.
Not even load a washing machine. I know that would sound. That's for damn sure. Did they just find out it had this problem this whole time, or did they not get curious as to why it ran weird, or the dash the way it was and stuff, or what? Oh, my love, my darling, I hunger for your touch. Oh. I can safely say that I have had a dash out of a vehicle before. Even though it was a
Arcanoloth
71
says,
Super Beetle.
It's had the bad dashboard all year long since I moved in, but Dad is deaf and doesn't want to interact with anyone, least of all a mechanic. Mom busted the side mirror last week and that was the impetus to get it fixed.
Oh man. Does the bust the side mirror like backing out or something?
Arcanoloth says, Dad wanted to just toss it and buy a new vehicle, but I convinced him this is a bad year if you are looking to buy a car. Used market is insane RN. Romeo India Zulu says, hey, I'm gonna catch up on some recordings I had from this morning and with any luck, sleep a little. I may be back, but if things go right, probably not. So take care and have good stream.
Alrighty, dude. You take it easy, man. Rest up and everything.
Arcanoloth says, good luck, Romeo.
A warrior does not complain about physical discomfort.
Not even with a severed head. Yeah. Yeah, get some sleep, man. Dude, I want to sleep right now myself. I was trying to sleep before I got on here. I was like just kind of lazily drifting around. I thought I was gonna take a shower, wake myself up.
Romeo India Zulu says, peace out, fellas.
Pizza out, fellers. Roger that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time, nobody got time, nobody got time for that.
Arcanoloth says, glad you are on at this hour, Scorp. I did some math homework earlier, looked at that coding assignment and said Arcanoloth says, let's tackle that tomorrow.
Let's tackle that tomorrow. Why do it now? You can put it off for tomorrow. The procrastinator's way.
Arcanoloth says, now it's beer o'clock.
It's beer o'clock. Oh, okie dokie. Okie dokie, yogi. Yeah, I was on
OXNYX053 says, funny. My clock says rum 30.
Right, it's a rum 30 o'clock. Not a round, but a rum. Since they had the announcement of the whole bridge officer thing and the whole fleet situation and stuff, I decided that I would get on this past after stream this past morning to try to help out the fleet that my main character is in. See if I can level it farther than 65, which I looked, and the fleet there, the starbase is only like a level 3, and something else is only level 2, but the rest of everything is like level 3 out. So
Arcanoloth says, which fleet is your main in?
Federation Disciples. It's the fleet that the fleet leader is no longer in there, and no one wants to step up. When I had gotten invited to that one years ago,
Arcanoloth says, that one.
I got I got invited to it years ago, and it was like level 50, and dead. Nobody was doing anything with it. Like all the you know, there were maybe a few little projects that were just kind of stalled, and so when I joined and everything, and I said, hey, can I get like leveled up or anything over here, you know, so I've added stuff to it, you know, and met the requirements and stuff, and somebody who wasn't the fleet leader but above me, you know, leveled me up so that I can create the thing and get stuff started again. And I did that. I put out like the little mission things or the holdings or whatever they are, and filled them and did stuff with them and all that. And that's the one where they had that the queen, the red queen person that hadn't been on since 2001 of like December or something like that, or no, wait, 10th month. So that's
Arcanoloth
like
says,
October.
fill all my holes, stow fleets.
Fill all my holes. And I found the Discord that's attached to that, and I went over there and I said, hey, just to let everybody know, I'm going to be adding some more stuff to do and hopefully get everything running again. And nobody said a word. So then it leveled up to like 51. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, you know, leveling it up. Other people were starting to finally like feel things that were under, you know, not at the level to actually really add projects or anything like that, but I kept adding the projects up. And then we leveled up to 52, you know, 53, 54. Now we're at 65. We've been at 65 for a year. Or, well, I think earlier this year, maybe around March, it hit 65. And February, March, whatever, like that. And it stalled out because that's whenever I got Gary the Klingon, you know, around February when the Klingon event was. And I haven't done anything in that fleet. It's because I've been taking care of Gary. And so I've been like posting on the Discord, said, hey, is anybody out there? Not a damn word. I look at all the people that are like above me in the list of the ranks and stuff, and still like October of 2021 is the last time that the fleet owner or whatever was around. Then the other people under them slowly like kind of fell off in November or whatever. So there's only like 2 people who have this inheritor rank, which is right below the owner rank or whatever. And I messaged them like maybe a few weeks ago, asking if they have the option to take over the fleet, if they could do it, and they were like, why? Like, well, so that we'd have a fleet leader that could unlock the bank, because the first fleet leader kind of like used it as a storage, like a personal storage for themselves, and didn't let anybody else put stuff in there or take stuff out. So it's kind of just full of shit that nobody can get rid of, and it's just locked off. But they said no, they weren't going to take it over. So I'm thinking, like, if I can slowly ask them to rank me up, because I meet the requirements that they have on there, or sort of the somewhat requirements. I'm like the 5th person in the list of contributions to that fleet. I was 4th, but I got passed up. Of having millions of, I think I'm at like 4-something million contribution, whatever, on there. The fleet owner is at like 32. It's never moved, and somebody else is like, I think, maxed out at 8.
says, see, that's the thing.
That's the thing. Nobody got time, nobody got time, nobody got time for that. I'll have a blue Christmas without you, and I'll be doing alright. What the hell? What's up with this guy? Oh, okay. Yeah, he's got a little buddy behind him.
OXNYX053 says, do tell.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the answer too. It's like his suspense is killing me here. Here's the thing. You remind me of Monk. Here's the thing.
Arcanoloth says, they could just string ya along with promises to think about it to get you to contribute dill, and then the moment you say okay, no more dill until I get promoted, they kick you from fleet, block you, and tell everyone in fleet to block you and report you.
Well, I've got like 2 of my other people in that fleet too. I think, is Michael in that fleet? No, he's not. Omicron Division. O'Neill and Archer are in that fleet as well. There, I slowly had them contributing so that I can get their fleet mark or credits up or whatever to buy stuff.
Arcanoloth says, so there is just no incentive to talk to people like that when you could go make your own fleet and have total control if you are going to have to pay for it.
That's all I need to do is like create a new fleet again. But it's hard to create a fleet. You have to have like 5 people or something.
OXNYX053 says, that matters more with an active fleet. In a now AFK fleet, not as much trouble.
Yeah. Be like Gary.
Arcanoloth says,
Take it over.
honestly, that's the easiest part.
You gotta find 4 other suckers.
OXNYX053 says, less peeps to report you.
That's right. And it's not like it's one of those fleets where they have all these demands and shit.
Arcanoloth says, the hard part is ponying up the 7 billion dill to level up a new fleet.
7 billion. No, that's kind of easy to me. I mean, I'm building up dilithium, you know, still to this day, because it's definitely not going anywhere over here. That's for sure. Probably take all that out and even worry about it anymore.
OXNYX053 says, or, you could join some Twitch followers' higher level fleet.
True. But it's like you have to reestablish yourself. What if they have certain demands or whatever? You know, you have to have TeamSpeak, have to get on Discord or whatever, have to do this, have to battle so many times to do whatever. I like the fleets that just kind of sit back and they're chill. And that's what the Federation Disciples fleet is like. And that's how Gary runs his fleet. You don't have to do shit to be in the fleet.
Arcanoloth says, yeah, you either join a fleet that's already leveled to shop for gear you need, or you make your own if you want to have bank access and never be kicked or told what to do.
Speaking of the bank, I haven't really looked into the bank stuff much for Gary's fleet. I totally forgot about the bank. I was just not used to using the fleet bank because of the Federation Disciple thing or whatever. Home dude.
Arcanoloth says, fleets can only be owned by one person, and if you have a problem with that person, the appeals process is tough shit pound sand. Arcanoloth says,
congratulations.
Nice.
You just wrote a novel. Novelist. It's about time, dude. Man. I could have sworn you got that earlier.
Says, donk.
Donk. Yep. You've typed out 50,000 words within a certain time period, I think, or whatever. That's the novelist thing. I looked up like how many words were in a novel.
Says, I mean, if anybody was gonna hunt that Chivo.
Right? I looked, because when I looked it up, it's like how many words are average in a novel, and it said like 50,000. So I was like, okay, let me put the number 50,000 words, but it doesn't include the word a. You know, like short words and stuff like that, because that'd be too easy. If someone just said a, you know, over and over, it would be cheating, or you know, cheap little words. So what it does.
OXNYX053 says, so I could spam lit a lot and get that thingy.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's only like 2-digit words, and in single-digit words it doesn't. It counts one of that word. I don't have it counting repetitive words though. I could do that. I could make it where it only would count certain amounts, but that's what it does every time someone says anything. It goes to the database that I have for each user, goes there and gets the count that it's already there, puts it into like a little variable, and then it counts what you say, and it excludes what it needs to be cleaned up, adds it back together, and puts it back in the file.
OXNYX053 says, do not tempt me.
Do not tempt you. I'll take that challenge and raise you 4. Daily XP reached.
OXNYX053 says, Qui WERERT Rudy Tai UI op ASD SDF DFG FGH GH JH JK JKL.
Go AFK.
Arcanoloth says, ya just spam a macro that says I like penis every minute or so and go AFK.
Right.
OXNYX053 says, CRTLCCTRV.
Yeah. I mean, I could definitely, I could step up the, I don't know if you call it security, but the qualifications for stuff to where within so many seconds or like within whatever time, or if the same phrase is said over and over, to only allow one of those phrases ever for like, unless something else is said. I mean, I can put some restrictions in it, but I just don't have any. That'd be some stuff that Just Call Me Core would do. Like every time that we'd make an MIRC script or something like that, he'd always figure out the exploits and shit. So he'd make it better. You know, he'd abuse the hell out of it. See what he can get away with. It was funny. It would make me
Arcanoloth
program
says,
better.
R9K bot is hardcore.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many things you could do to make certain security type situations and things. I mean, all it is like regular expression. You know, how many times this is said in that or whatever. If repeating word. So many things. Change. I think, let's see, Letitia, she's probably in the fleet thing.
OXNYX053 says, but a Python script posting 12 words of Shakespeare at a time?
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's nothing to get to it. I mean, it's not like it's a real thing anyway. It's just... And I was going to shoot for like a bigger one too, like have other things. I have other achievement things that I just haven't turned on. I'm still working around when I feel like it. Even though it doesn't matter. So just a little in-game fun or whatever in the chat to make it more interactive. Kind of like what I have set up for certain. I think both of you are maybe like in the list I have where all you have to do is just say like type STO press and type
OXNYX053
something.
says, so I gotta start to level 30 tune in about an hour of playtime.
You gotta go to level 30 or you're at level 30? Level 30, boy. Why I say. Dude, like that one dude, Decker something or whatever, that just started hanging around the chat. He hasn't played Star Trek in a long time, so he's starting a fresh character, and he's going to buy like a... he's going to spend $1,000 on Zen to get leveled up quickly.
OXNYX053 says, new level 0 skip the tutorial to level 30 in about an hour of playtime.
Wow. Hey, one way to actually like level up a player or whatever is like, I guess if you play so much and you've got like all your other characters are leveled, keep the specialization point levelers, you know, that you automatically get here and there, that are like account bound but not character bound. Just keep them in the bank, and make a new character. That the character gets bank access, and then it's like bam, 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 bam. Unless, isn't it? Wait, I think it's so you can't use that unless you're leveled up, though, right? Yeah, never mind then. That's what I remember that now. You have to be level 65 for those to work. That sucks. But y'all know how to level. That's the thing. It took me forever to level these people up to 65. Because I only had one way of doing it. And multiple ones just sitting at like Starfleet Academy all the time. Doing the lore missions and the duty officer assignments. And various missions depending on what gear I wanted.
OXNYX053 says, claim 3 ships for stuff, 2 events and 1 from the 10th Annie bundle, and 4 to 6 event consoles.
Wowzers. Ox, are you aware of the 10 Forward stream they had about changes to the game? To the fleet stuff and bridge officers? Because I've already forgot a lot of it, damn it. A lot of people had some very good points about the bridge officer thing, because they only mentioned like ground changes and stuff. Like ground buffs or whatnot, but they didn't say anything about space buffs.
OXNYX053 says, to be fair, you only need the Synedrian Defender and the 10th Anniversary Miracle Worker flight deck.
Somebody's got somebody's deck to level up to 30 that quickly. Well, I guess leveling it like that is easier to lower.
Remember kids, Duke Nukem says there are two sexes, the sex he has with your mom, and the sex he has with your dad. OXNYX053 says, I only know about the SRO rework. And that is about freaking time.
Yeah. Well, there's talk of a bridge officers getting an upgrade token, to where they like other things can unlock for them. They can get their own kit frames, not kit modules though, because I guess training manuals are kind of like that anyway. And like device slots and some other stuff or whatever. Well, whenever you use the token to upgrade one of your bridge officers, it will automatically like unlock, I think, the level 1 and level 2 or tier 1, tier 2 training manuals, so they have those by default, except for the ones you get from lock boxes and all that. But and they get another trait or something, or superior traits and shit like that, better stuff, or I can't remember all the damn details, but it's something like that. Pretty soon they'll be like a captain. Like, I guess if it's like a common or uncommon officer, that can rank them up to like
OXNYX053 says, so open all but the captain train and lockbox skill are open.
Yeah, pretty much like it's like they're a little mini captain. But like how much was that going to cost? I mean, already like in the Zen store, the captain upgrade token.
OXNYX053 says, open.
Open.
OXNYX053 says, $7 USD.
$7 USD. Well, the captain upgrade token's already like what, 3,000 Zen for 3 of them. So maybe that would be the same for the bridge officer upgrade token. It'd be interesting when you put a kit frame on them.
Arcanaloth says, the rent is too damn high.
The rent is too damn high. We can go create an underground city, and nobody can tell us to charge us for rent. I've been watching a lot of the Y files, that guy that he had. And he had one of them episodes or a thing about the guy that was trying to add on to his basement, like build out more into it. And he hit one of the walls, and there was a cool breeze on the other side, and he went ahead and chipped away a lot of it, and found out that one of those secret underground little cities was there, like over there in
OXNYX053 says, you'd kit frame for the passives, which would make Slowlanet favors worth a freaking mint already.
Nice. Look away, look away, look away. Dixieland. Shaking that ass. Strut that ass.
Strut that ass, strut that ass, strut that ass, strut that ass. You'll be so goddamn fucking tired that you won't be strutting that ass. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Auto-tune is so damn funny.
Save that guy for later.
Beep, beep. Beep, beep, Richie. Forbidden angels. Oh, angels. Will you be mine? My darling dear. Fudge Packer. I need to put the Wheel of Fortune one on there. Where it's like, oh. Do 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 do. Yeah, look, Commander Arnaldo. So the suit that Commander Arnold is wearing cannot be purchased anymore? That's sad. I've always wanted to create a Commander Arnold and throw him out there in the middle of the pack or whatever. And see if people go, hey, what the hell's he doing out here? Because I'm sure he's able to be created in the player thing or whatever. Commander Arnold. His name is Commander Arnold. Dink.
Arcanoloth says, need a command, Imun.
Lemon? Lemon? Or Lim1? M1? Oh, that's a, okay, the exclamation point. Huh. M1? What would it be?
Arcanoloth says, link in Discord.
Link in Discord. Oh, dude, I only have Discord on again. Minimize. Quick launch. Discord. I still use the quick launch for Windows. I had to, you know, turn it or make it into something as a folder though, because
Arcanoloth says, the classic Harry Enfield hit. Loads of money.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you have no Marbles? Marbles! You have no marbles! Relax. Marbles? Huevos?
Arcanoloth says, rediscovered by the Killing Floor community, always relevant when you want to comment on a game's monetization.
Oi, you! Shut your mouth and look at my wad! Loads of money!
This is a journey into money. Loads of money.
Huh. We'll watch that later so I don't get copyright claimed. Oh, I got copyright claimed again. With that whole Big Lebowski thing. The other night whenever I was talking to my mom during the stream.
Just Call McCower says, you started stream too early.
Yes, I did. But whenever I was talking to my mom and she was telling me about my grandmother passing, I left the game running and streaming, you know, because I was coming back to it. And a random file played, or Murdoch's played a random sound, and it was that See What Happens Larry thing, and it got copyright claimed again on YouTube by some place in Russia or whatever. Hello, Just Call Ucor Rag Korag TV with adjacent penis.
Arcanoloth says, God dang Ruskies.
Yeah, it was something to do with like a band having that as a transitional track on their record slash disc slash whatever. Just that whole like him shutting the trunk and getting the bar out saying, "You see what happens, Larry?" and he starts smashing things. Apparently, they have copyright claim to that, even though it's from the Big Lebowski. So
Arcanoloth says, Adjacent Penis is my next mumblecore band.
Yeah, back when YouTube allowed you to upload videos via just SMS, you know, text messaging, I did that to the whenever Just Call Me Core and I were playing Minecraft.
Listen to their debut album, Mournful Handjob, on Bandcamp.
And Bandcamp. Whenever he had his YouTube channel, he would upload a video of Minecraft. I would too, and stuff. And then I went nuts so psycho and shit, and couldn't upload anymore. So I used my my cell phone to SMS upload a little mini video of Jason from Friday the 13th. It was like an outtake that they didn't put in the movie. They had a prosthetic penis put on Jason. They opened up a door or like a little hatch, and he's got a boner. And I put that on the channel. I was a very bitter person. Still am. I'm an idiot. I'm an asshole. I'm a piece of shit. Damn, this thing took off the wrong way, didn't it? But that was a different way. I don't know if you can't do that anymore, I don't think. The whole SMS upload. Your teddy bear. Ooh. Enemy targets on sensors. We're just gonna take a blunt. There we go. Take a blunt hit. What is the whole thing like? You if you crouch, you don't get as much damage or some shit.
Just Call Makor says, I was watching Gilmore Girls today and Lorelai said the words dilithium crystals and warp speed. I know she is supposed to be a classic movie buff on the show, but I have a hard time she is that familiar with Star Trek.
You never know. Lorelai had all sorts of knowledge.
OXNYS053 says, crouch, less incoming range damage, but more melee damage.
Ah. Crouch. Crotch. Oh. Would you do like start the show from the beginning and watching like binge watching Gilmore Girls? That's pretty cool. Lorelai's familiar with a lot of things. Vast knowledge of all sorts of comebacks.
Just Call Makor says, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. If you jump, it doesn't hurt as much. No, God, I have no idea. Beam in my security. As they all die the first second. Ho ho ho. Oh, I looked at that that thing you posted, Arcana Loth, about the who would play Carter and who would play Teal'c if they were in the Stargate
Just Call
movie.
Makor says, right, Ring of Power was today. Need to watch that.
Ring of Power? I have not watched that yet. Watch it and tell me if you like it or not. Because I'm very hesitant about watching new things. Because I know a lot of people are expecting to suck. According to nerdrotic.com.
Arcanoloth says, yeah, it was an interesting discussion prompt. Carter and Teal'c were show ideas, but hypothetically, who would movie producers pick?
I like the Michael Clark Duncan idea. Hell, they had like a guy that was basically a Teal'c in the movie. You know, there was this black broad guy, you know, and who was wearing one of the headset things and or the big head, whatever they were. I don't know who's who. Like
Arcanoloth says, Laura Dern was right off Jurassic Park, so she's my pick for Carter.
Is she the one that the lady that stuck her hand in the dino poop? Yeah, she could have played a Carter.
Arcanoloth says, I mean, we can pick anyone we want, but who would the producers pick? It would have to be someone bankable.
Did you see somebody's idea of using what's his name, Tony Todd? We're gonna like put him in everything just by default. Tony Todd is this character, that character, everybody's character. Candyman can. I mean, you gotta think, they put Kurt Russell in there and James Spader. Kurt Russell, big name, you know, back then, as same as now. So, and James Spader, I think he was barely in things at the time.
Teal'c would be an extra character that doesn't move the main plot forward, but if you put him in there, who do you pick? Good question.
Right. Would he have a speaking part? I highly doubt it, O'Neill. Indeed. Saw someone said Meg Ryan for Carter. I'm thinking Meg Ryan doesn't do those kind of movies anyway. She's always about the love, weird, and shit and all that kind of bullshit.
Arcanoloth says, someone came out of left field and said, Shaq was a possibility.
Shaquille O'Neal. Well, anybody could. I mean, at that point, right? Of course, then if they're gonna have Tilk, or we're gonna have Tilk, they'd have had to have had Apophis, and not Raw, or maybe Tilk
Arcanoloth
was
says,
with Raw.
Meg Ryan and Sandra Bullock were bad picks. They'd turn it into a rom-com, and Stargate was an action movie.
Right, a romantic comedy. Yeah, I wouldn't have agreed with the Sandra Bullock either. Cassandra Bullock. Of course, then we're thinking of Carter having blonde hair. Well, if the producers picked anybody, would they pick someone with blonde hair, short haircut? I mean, wasn't the whole idea that whenever Amanda Tapping took the role, that since she was apparently, you know, like an Air Force character, she decided to cut her hair short for that? Or was that like their decision? I forget. Amanda tapping that ass. Amanda tapping that ass. You tapping that ass. Amanda tapping that ass. And would Carter be spelled with 2 T's?
Arcanoloth says,
Strut that ass, strut that ass, strut that ass, strut that ass.
Strut 2.
Just Call McCower says, I think the guy who did the voice for Kratos in the new God of War should play TLC.
TLC? The guy that voiced Kratos? What does he look like in like real life? This is just a fan thing, though. It's not like it's gonna be a thing. I mean, like a fan guessing game, something like that. A what if scenario.
Just Call McCower says, his name is Christopher Judge.
His name's Christopher Judge. Yeah.
Just Call McCower says, he would play an awesome TLC.
How old was Christopher Judge back then? Because I know he was on MacGyver, like an episode of MacGyver. And MacGyver was going on before Stargate, the movie.
Arcanoloth says, I see what you did there.
I see what you did there.
You'll be so goddamn fucking tired that you won't be strutting that ass.
Was that guy like drunk or something? But I wonder if they got the idea of Tilk from the actor who was in the movie.
Arcanoloth says, I think he was drunk. That's why he lost his license and couldn't drive.
He looked like he'd be drunk. He looked like he'd be a lot of things. They just happened upon going up to the news anchor and just showing out because he saw a news anchor. And in the background, you see the cop car going by. I'm thinking he could have like waved him down and said, "Hey, come here." Why can't I?
Arcanoloth says, that anchor was trying to film for a while and this dude just kept talking and they finally gave up.
He just like come up to them then.
Arcanoloth says, just think, the clip we saw was the most lucid bit they saved and posted.
The most lucid bit. Strutting that ass. So there's no telling like how long it may have lasted. And the anchor asking him like what's got him so mad. him mentioning Bill Clinton, that had to have been like what, during the 90s? Because the source was also a 4:3 aspect ratio, so that's before widescreen.
OXNYX053 says, why do they let you skip the tutorial on the Klingon side if still have to run a lot of it?
I don't know. I haven't done the new tutorial type stuff that they have in the game now. The timeline needs you. I need to tell that Decker Wrecker guy, if he comes back in, that he needs to
Arcanoloth
make
says,
another character.
apparently there was a fundraiser marathon they were covering. A bunch of office workers had a short fun run for charity, and this man in the street took offense to people running for fun cause he has to walk to work every day cause he can't drive.
Oh, that's what it was. So yeah, and the reason he can't drive is because maybe the way he was. Mr. Strutting that ass.
Arcanoloth says, so the idea of people driving their cars to a car park so they can get out and run for fun is highly ridiculous to his perspective.
Yes, because he's been screwed by the system, in his opinion. Maybe he should have learned how to drive drunk.
You'll be so goddamn fucking tired that you won't be strutting that ass.
Strutting that ass. I started to watch some of the auto-tune videos of that too, but it's so it was so hard to figure out like what of that to get. That's why I kept asking like what part of it. But I do like the
Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Just Call McCower says, Rory just said the word Cylon. What the hell does Rory know about Battlestar Galactica when she has her nose in a book all the damn time?
I tell you, they're very educated, those Gilmore Girls. She gets it's like inherited memory from Lorelai and her dad. Maybe she read about Cylons in Battlestar Galactica. And that would be the old Battlestar, right? Because Gilmore Girls started before the Sci-Fi Channel's Battlestar started. I think. Wasn't Gilmore Girls like 99? It was before Smallville. Smallville 2001.
OXNYX053 says, by your command.
Buy your command for free. Damn, I can't remember what this command is. Aha.
I'd buy that for $1. You know, you have no.
Just Call McCower says, I don't know what you all are going to do when I save up 10 million channel points to stop stream forever. You will have to go to another stream for your commands.
Yes.
Huevos.
Serrano doesn't like that idea. 10 million, yeah. If that number doesn't change. It was only like 8 million at first. Or 10,000? I can't remember. I tried a mute thing, but I didn't like that because I couldn't talk. T-walk. Look away, you look away, look away. Duh. Seance. Old Doc Fraser had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm she had some nuggets, E-I-E-I-O. A little less constipation, a little more crapping, please.
OXNYX053 says, well, Nord is streaming. I am lurking over there.
Oh, yes. I saw that he was streaming. He was like the only one on my list that was streaming Star Trek. Nord's pretty awesome. Oh no, we have the princess here. Oh my god, no. No. It's Snow White. No. We can't have that
Just
here.
Call Makover says, Nord sucks.
Nordberg. Grumpy old Nord. It feels like I'm watching like an 80s stream whenever I watch this stream.
OXNYX053 says, we love you too.
And a partridge in a pear tree. Dude knows his stuff, man. He's very entertaining. One of his posts when he was drunk, he was at Deep Space
Just
Nine.
Call Makover says, I choose any other VPN than Nord.
I thought they'd watch you there. But I found out like which one. I had already like finished streaming, so I popped over there and saw what he was doing, and he was on Deep Space Nine, just kind of sitting there and talking, you know, and he'd been drinking, of course. I already mentioned he was drunk, which made it even more funnier. And I found like which instance he was in on Deep Space Nine, and I went over there and I got my ship close and started making my ship go back and forth in front of his screen. He didn't even notice.
OXNYX053 says, UMM. Grumpy old Nord. Do stream Stow, Red Dead, and Conan Exiles.
Yeah, not a VPN. I think someone's being silly. Silly! Shilly. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. We'll all go out to meet her when she comes. When she comes. It won't take long to get there when she comes. Won't take long to get there when she comes. There'll be plenty of ranch steak sauce. We'll have it in a party hall. She'll add some more to it when she comes. When she comes. Nice hit there, Steve. Nice. Nice, Steve. Nice.
Nice day today. I think I might is that Alan?
Alan! Al! Alan!
Yeah, I don't think you hear me, you know. Yeah.
Alan! 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 Al! Alan! Alan! Alan!
Arcanoloth says,
Alan!
what's the
Alan!
least Nodric VPN?
Alan!
I
Oh,
want
so
to
that's
use
not Alan.
Nigerian VPN.
Steve, not Steve. Steve! 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 Oh, no, that's not Steve. That is Alan. Alan! Alan! Al! Alan! 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 Alan!
Did someone just say my name? Hey, 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 hey. You say Alan?
Neurotic VPN.
OXNYX053 says, I don't know. Albanian VPN might be anti-Nord also.
VPN. Who be peeing? They
Arcana
VPN.
Loth says, I wanna use the Wakalawood VPN, that lets you pirate their own movies from their VPN. How does that make sense? It makes no sense. Welcome to Africa.
I bless the rains down in Africa. We can ask MC Wolfcat. Why does it make sense? She'll say she don't know, she just lives there. Hey. Tee hee ha 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 ha. Teh. Because it's been a long road getting from there to here. Damn it. It is Labor Day weekend. The ATV park that is near us called Muddy Bottoms. People come up in their little camper trailers and the IVs and with their mud riding bullshit behind them on trailers and stuff to come and ride in the mud and make everyone's day worse. At least I don't have to worry about it. The other store, we were like right there, more close to the place, and apparently there's like several of these things across the country though, around the same areas.
Arcana Loth says, Bloody Bottom sounds like the place Alex Jones was talking about. Chemtrails in the water, turning the freaking frogs gay. It's not funny.
Alex Jones.
Arcana Loth says, gay frogs.
Gay frog legs. When you cook them, they're pink. Yeah, well, it's muddy, M-U-D-D-Y. But everyone would call it Bloody Bottoms because of all the accidents that happen. People have to sign waivers to go there. I've always thought it'd be a nice thing to do if they came out with shirts that says, I survived Muddy Bottoms. The first few years, though, there were major accidents there. Mostly happening at, like, in the morning, like 3 a.m. when all the drunks would get out there in their little ATVs or side-by-sides or mud vehicles or whatever, have no lights on whatsoever, and just hit each other. You know, because that's what they like to do, go drunk driving in the woods on little trails with no lights on. Hear tale of people having their scalps scalped, decapitations, that sort of thing. Hundreds of people, like, over time, maybe 20 or so the first, like, event, went to the local hospital and were airlifted or whatever to other hospitals and died on the way due to burns and stuff like that. It's a big place. It's like a Disneyland type situation.
OXNYX053 says, so, like Route 666 here in Ohio in late October?
I guess I've never, I don't know about that, but yeah, they have like 6 lanes of entry into the place. They have their own little like store, bathrooms, wash off areas, kid park or whatever, mud pits so that people can ride around in the mud for no damn reason, trails that extend miles and miles and miles, like actual routes that go around places. they charge like at the time I think it was like $75
Arcanoloth
to
says,
use the restroom.
sounds like Louisville. Yeah, they used to have an open community amateur basketball tourney, but they had to shut that down cause too many shootings.
Yeah, but in order to like go there, you have to sign a waiver that states like it's not their fault if you get injured and all that bullshit. And I don't know how many people go to that thing now, but it used to be like we would count hundreds
Arcanoloth
going one
says,
direction to it.
some people got shot the other day over a squeegee.
Over a squeegee, oh my god. That's insane. Yeah, there's I can't remember how many of those mud parks or whatever there are. This guy that had some sort of a company. He the rumor is that the IRS was like getting into his finances and shit, so he had to like find a way to do something with it.
OXNYX053 says, did it not make noise on a dry pane of glass or something?
For a squeegee. It didn't clean the glass properly. It didn't squeege. Did not make it a dry pane. It's funny. But this guy, it was either like pay this huge amount of money,
says, not cleaning is a different issue,
or either open up a bunch of ATV parks or something like that. It was his two choices, so he did that.
OXNYX053 says, no noise. That is worth something. Arcanoloth says, they were doing their corner boy routine, jumping out in front of people at red lights and washing their windows, trying to get a tip.
Ooh.
Well, someone took issue with them touching their car and jumped out with a baseball bat. Arcanoloth
Squeegee
says,
versus baseball
someone
bat.
else took issue with the bar and opened fire.
Oh wow. So it kind of escalated rather quickly. Damn. Squeegee versus baseball bat versus gun. Rock, paper, scissors, indeed. That's why we're not like a very trusting species if aliens were to show up. You know?
Arcanoloth says, downtown Louisville after dark, not even once.
It's like zombies take over.
OXNYX053 says, rock, paper, shotgun is a gaming webzine.
Rock, paper, shotgun. God damn it. 8th Wing Tactical Rangers. This is pretty much a dead one, isn't it? No active projects at all. Oh,
OXNYX053 says, it really exists.
That's crazy. Oh, that exists? Rock, paper, shotgun? It's like Russian roulette with rock and scissors. Rock and paper.
OXNYX053 says, https://www.rockpapershotgun.com/
Rock, paper, shotgun. Damn it. Toilet water, good. Yep, what that guy said, I don't want no water, it's got osmosis in it. You know what that osmosis is, don't you? That's that toilet water.
Arcanoloth
Really?
says, haha. OXNYX053 says, and it really is a webzine about gaming issues.
Rock, paper, shotgun. So like, if the game doesn't work out for you, you take a shotgun to a console? Or? It's the only thing, though, that when that guy said that, though, he ended up getting another set of drinks that were just made the same way. I don't... I mean, it was like, y'all store brand water. I read up on that.
OXNYX053 says, I think it is a nod to standard DPS creep. Arcanoloth says, anyone need help in Stowe? I'm about done over here.
Over here. I can't think of anything yet. I mean, what I have here, I got the Storming the Spire. We're on Easy Street, and it feels so sweet.
Arcanoloth says, Spire is an AFK fest.
Spire? Shit, dumb shida. Ow! I was standing here, thank you. It's a good thing the physics and collision of this game isn't accurate. Nope. No one is shooting me. There is no one there. I do not recognize you. Boss trying to play tag. Good shot, whoever you are. Have yourself a merry little
OXNYX053 says, about to power level a Klingon to 30-ish. But with the Sinedrayan Defender its elite patrol queuing for solo AFK combat.
Solo AFK combat. Presented by the letter R. I'm glad you have a strategy for whatever, you know? I'm afraid I get burned out.
OXNYX053 says, no, the letter C.
Letter C? Chaka, when the walls fail. When the walls fail.
OXNYX053 says, or F for Farpoint.
Fart point. Look away, Dixieland. I run around in circles around. You spin me
OXNYX053 says, I take out 3 ships, 2 event, and 1/10 Annie. Did I cover that here?
Take out 3 ships, 2 event, and you mentioned something about some ships earlier. I don't know what it was. I forgot already. I got problems with my memory. I forgot what they are. I forgot what they are. Dude, I think you guys are stuck over there. Look away, look away, look away, sleepyhead. Chaka Khan. Chaka Khan. Chaka Khan. Chaka Khan. Ah, you got doored. The door error happened to your guys. If you stay here, I'll go get one of them. Kagan, you stay with them. No, Kagan, you stay with them. Ah, damn it, Kagan. When the walls fell.
OXNYX053 says, the Sea Darien, the Risen Weather, and the MW Flight Deck. The advanced beams feed into Crit X for each beam beyond the first, which aids into Defender mode's damage so far.
Defender mode. Defender commode. Your teddy bear. I don't wanna be alone. Horizon weather. Miracle Worker flight deck. Advanced beams feed into the critical something. Critical X. Crit X. Crit. For each beam beyond the first, which aids into Defender mode's damage. Defender. It's a Defender. The other Defender. Defender.
OXNYX053 says, Risen Weather ship has a console that poops out 4 neutronic eddies.
Poop. Eddie? Eddie, is that you? Away, 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 away. Chaka Khan. Chaka Khan when the walls fell. You have no marbles. Wavos. Yay. Hip hip hooray. Hip hip hooray. Hip hip hurrah. Hip hip hurrah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It happened to you, say, the most ugly full poison that I always saw here. And if you did, was she fucking her?
Enemy targets on sensors.
Hello? I let the Jem'Hadar out. He ran. He's coming to you. Rimtarl. And this Vors is something guy. He's stuck in the room here. He doesn't want to come out. When the walls fell. He's scared. Your guy is scared. He doesn't want to come out of the closet. Tom Cruise still refuses to come out of the closet. Oh. Ah, here comes your guy. He's coming to you. You ran. You keep running. Ah, you're going to go transport. You're going to make him disappear. You made your guy disappear. Your guy disappeared. He disappeared. He disappeared. Let's talk to Commander Arnold. Hello, Commander Arnold. Commander Arnold. like making Commander Arnold nervous. But on the surface, he's calm and ready to drop bombs, but he keeps on forgetting. Ah, you outran your guys again. Come on, guys. You must be in combat, because they just got prepared for combat. Combat, man. Combat, man. Lieutenant Commander's data. AFK. Oh, there's no general out here. I like to have the generals attack people. It's not fair. It's not fair.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Damn right. Ain't nobody got time for that. Do 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 do. Talking away, I don't know what I say. Find you.
Enemy targets on sensor. Personal shield losing.
Shying away. Oh, I'll be coming for your love, okay. Oh, somebody on the ARC forums or whatever were talking about the 4th level on the ground taskbar not working. I don't have anything on mine, so I can't test the fact that it's working or not. Because apparently there is no 4th one. Or something. Maybe they were talking about space and they said ground. I don't know. I wasn't there. I didn't see a damn thing. I'm not a good witness. All I know is I wasn't there.
OXNYX053 says, there is SHT number.
Shit number? Oh, there is like a 4th one, sort of. Why does it only go to 3 then? Huh. Yeah, whine, bitch, moan.
Flanking damage detected.
Let's put a triple there. Okay. Yeah. It seems to be working. He have no idea. Is there like a special thing you can do to give yourself a separate bar somewhere, somehow? Gravy. Beans. Nachos. Bells will be ringing. Bang, bang, ding.
OXNYX053 says, I have no clue why the hot bar is capped at 30 openings for ground, and 210 spots for 20 total in space.
It's amazing. I don't wanna be alone. Now, how the hell did you get stuck in there? How in the hell did that happen?
OXNYX053 says, although, it would be the same 10 twice. Arcanoloth says, what in the hell, Bobby?
Yeah. The hell, these things just getting stuck in this thing. How'd they do that? Ain't nobody got time for that. Ring. Ding, ding, ding. Dum, 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 dum. Green Acres is the place for me. Farm living is the life by me. Green Acres is the place to be. Farm living is the life for me. Land spreading out so far and wide. Keep Manhattan just gave me that countryside. Dun, 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 dun. New York is where I'd rather stay. I get allergic smelling hay. I just adore a penthouse view. Darling 11 Begami Park Avenue. Dun, 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 dun. The chores. The stores. Fresh air. Times Square. You are my wife. Goodbye, city life. Green Acres, we are there. Do-do-do-do-do. Pickle in the morning, pickle in the evening, pickle at supper time. Be my little pickle and fuck me all the time. Oh, 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 oh. No! 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 There are 4 lights! There are 4 lights. Captain Jane Luck Pickard. John Luck Pickard, MD. All blah blahs have been blah blah da 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 blah.
Enemy target on center.
No, there are no swarmers. They are not there.
Personal shield losing
I do not believe they are here. There we go, finally. Finally, it's happened to me right in front of my face. Pew pew pew. 14 frames a second. Ain't nobody got time for that.
All 3 silos are under Allied control. Excellent work.
What in the hell, Bobby?
The Vought Fortress has engaged transporters.
Damn it,
Troops
boy.
inbound.
Blang, 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 blang. Ding, 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 ding. Aw, dude, he reset himself, that bastard.
Arcanoloth says, let go of my purse, I don't know you.
Let go of my purse, I don't know you. Hey, fuck you. Ha ha ha! No one can talk to Commander Arnold because he's behind the shield. You have to go to the side of him in order to see him to talk to him. That shield is so damn hilarious. I think it's funny. I remember whenever I first got the shield and had this character, I would be on Klingon Academy over there, you know. And of course there's the tailor guy that's, you know, in the middle there. Somebody'd be standing in front of him. I'm thinking, yeah, they're doing their costume thing or whatever. And I'd have an idea. I'd put up a cover shield in front of him and then run away. And then the person, of course, it kicks you out of the tailor thing when you do that. They were like, stop it! That was funny.
Arcanoloth says, people used to hit their shields on ESD and block doors. People got so mad.
Oh, that'd be funny as hell. Block the bathroom door.
Arcanoloth says, recently someone worked out a ground confusability worked on ESD, they'd use it on Admiral Janeway and have her go hostile, kite her into other players.
What? Like, is there a video of that? That's funny. Oh god. Oh god.
OXNYX053 says, it utilized the Intel Insight Chaos. Arcanoloth says, she pulls her phaser compression rifle and is like, shoot to kill.
Did they fix that? That'd be funny as hell to watch.
Back to your station. The bots have returned.
Admiral Janeway's done lost it. She's gone nuts.
Enemy targets on sensor. Personal shield losing power.
There needs to be some random shit happen in the game to, like, on ESD, say like a random Terran kind of beams in every once in a while and just starts like shooting people or whatever. And security's like follow them around or whatever.
Flanking damage detected. Personal shield losing power.
Smack dab in the middle of it all. Archer. Shot in the back, and he was too late, honey. He gave you a migraine. Son of a bitch. Martha Beverly Fokker. Or Beverly Martha Fokker. Which one was it? I forget. Been too long. Can't touch this. Stab hammer time. Caught in a trap. Can't walk out. Because I love you too much, baby. Why can't you see? Whoa, what you doing to me? When you don't believe a word I'm saying. We can go on together with suspicious minds, and we can build our dream on suspicious minds. So if an old friend I know stops by to say hello, would I see suspicion in your eyes? Here we go again. Ooh, asking where I've been. Die, devil.
Arcanoloth says, another successful day.
Yay! Just a perfect day. Drink sangria in the park.
Arcanoloth says, good luck to Archer. I've had enough stove for today.
I've had enough stove for today. It's over. Gonna leave on a high note. George Costanza. Did they just fall down?
OXNYX053 says, holy crap. The Orion Intel has efficient and superior seduce.
What the deuce?
OXNYX053 says, okay, AFK for a bit.
FK.
Arcanoloth says,
Roger.
I can efficiently drop a superior deuce.
What the deuce? We can't go on together with suspicious minds, and we can build our dream on suspicious minds. all that I love survive. You can't count the tears in my eyes. It's not like a good thing, guy. Oh no. Know that I never lied to you. Ooh. Yeah.
Arcanoloth says, and I thought they smelled bad on the outside. This trait debuffs the damage resistance of any toilets nearby.
No toilet for you. However, the restroom on ESD is still got like a line, so you might want to go ahead and not go there. It may be a little easier to just go in a spacesuit at that point. People have been waiting in that line a long time. Hey, Macarena. You're no strangers, we're no strangers, just strangers, no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. Our full commitment's what I'm thinking of. You wouldn't get this from any other guy. I just wanna tell you how I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna turn around and hurt you. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell a lie. Fuck. Dessert you. Dessert you, gonna like eating dessert. We've known each other for so long. Your heart's been aching, but you're too shy to say it. Looks like we both know what's been going on. You know the game and we're gonna play it. And if you ask me how I'm easing, I do's and this and be's and that. Ne'er gonna do it. Ne'er. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Yeah. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell a lie. I don't know if I can put a Rick Ashley sound clip on here. Maybe vocals only? And space out the vocal part of it a little bit? Add like a half a second pause in between certain areas so it doesn't get picked up by YouTube. Whoa, gaffer tape. Use to tie the penis back again. Reputacionos. Yeah, let's use it all up. We're all used up. I'm all used up. Like an echo of the person I used to be. Somebody that I used to know. Now and then I think of when we were together. Like when you said you felt so happy you could die. Told myself that you were right for me. All I wanted was your company. Well, that was love and it's an ache I still remember. You can be a dick. You can be a dick. You can be addicted to a certain kind of sadness. Like resignation to the end, always the end. And when we felt that we could not make sense, oh, you said that we could still be friends. But I'll admit that I was glad it was over. But you didn't have to tear it. No, you had what is it? No, didn't have to cut me off. Yeah. But you didn't have to cut me off. Make it like it never happened and that we were nothing. I don't even need your love, but you treat me like a stranger and that feels so rough. No, you didn't have to stoop so low. Have your records, have your friends damn it, fuck. Have your friends collect your records and then change your number. Guess that I don't need that though. Now you're just somebody that I used to blow. Somebody. Now and then I think of all the times you've screwed me over. Part of me believing it was always something that I'd done. I don't wanna live that way, reading into every word you say. You said that you could let it go, but I wouldn't get you hung up on somebody that you used to know. But you didn't have to cut me off. Make it like it never happened and that we were nothing. I don't even need your love, but you treat me like a stranger and that feels so rough. No, you didn't have to stoop so low. Have your friends collect your records and then change your number. Guess that I don't need that though. Now you're just somebody that I used to know. That I used to blow. Body that I used to blow. That I used to blow. Sphere of influence, damn it. I thought that would be right there, but apparently I was wrong. Little less constipation, little more crapping. All this aggravation ain't satisfaction in me. As we turn around toward the right, we're going to head by the 2 moons of Saturn, which are on the outskirts of nowhere important. Begins sphere of influence. Sphere. Severe. Loading, please wait. Well, since I got the newest campaign thing yesterday, I don't know what I'm going to do with it either. Number 3 that I kept from last time says that it's bound to character. So I don't know if that's like, if you open just the ship part of it, it's character only. Or if you open the lobby, is it character only lobby?
It would be my pleasure.
To do what? Oh, okay. Okay, bend over. Time to collect ground stuff. Listen to the music, to the summer breeze. Come on, baby, I'm gonna mind at ease. I say a little less conversation, a little more action, please. All this aggravation and satisfaction in me. Ugh.
It would be my pleasure.
To suck your what? Okay. Bum 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 bum. Ah, my eyelids are so heavy.
It would be my
Knees weak, arms heavy, vomit sweater ready. Spaghetti. Surface calm, ready to drop bombs. Keeps on forgetting. Spaghetti. what he wrote down. The whole crowd knows so loud. He opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. He's choking how? Everybody's joking now. The clock's run out. Time's up. Over. Blam. Snap back to reality. Oh, the goes gravity. Oh, the goes gravity. Choked. He's so mad, but he won't give up. That he knows. He won't have it. He knows. Take a breath.
It would be my pleasure.
Take a whiff. Take a whiff. Sniff a sniff. Smell a smell. Take a whiff. That was on Sesame Street way long time ago. Popped in my head just now for no damn reason whatsoever. Take a whiff. Take a whiff. Sniff a sniff. Smell a smell. Take a whiff. I retain random information of nothing important.
It would be my pleasure.
It would be your pleasure, Admiral. It would be his pleasure, sir. Take a break. Take a dump. I'll take a dump. Take a dump. In a day or two. Talking away. Oh, I don't know what I'm to say, I'll say it anyway. Today's another day to find you shying away. Oh, I'll be coming for your love, okay? Take on me. Take on me. Blah. When the ship hits the fan. On an all-new Maury. Endeavor's just flashing. Spin perk on what? Melee. Shield that. Max shield's ground. Hardness melee. We'll do melee. Melee? Melee weapon? Melee. Closer than you think. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go there and look at these. Is deal phaser damage space. Defeat Gorn on gimme. Okay, great. Alright, so let's do Nimbus next. On Sci-Fi. Kaboom! Oh, boom, baba, boom. Whoa, boom, baba, boom. Whoa, boom. Oh, baba, boom. Way down in Louisiana, around in New Orleans. Back up in the woods along the Evergreens. Lived in my fella named Norwood. A boy named Johnny be good. Go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Johnny be good. Bam. And we're back on Nimbus again. Oh, wait. Everybody get a max up. There you go. And we're gonna go this way. I tell you what, down there. I tell you, okay. Just ring a guitar like he was ringing a bell. Grow. Use that Viagra. Grow, Johnny. Grow.
Enemy target on sensor. Flanking damage detected.
Gravy. Eggs and sausage. Don't make me make gunpowder and throw it up there, you little bastard. It's filibuster, sir. Ooh, that was quick. Everybody run away. Hey, Crichton, what's going on, man? Well, thanks for throwing me the baseball. I really appreciate that. Yeah. I can't throw it back to you, though. That's the only problem. I wish I could throw it back to you, Crichton, but I can't do that, man. You don't have any hands! Storming the spire. I don't wanna be lonely. Oh, let's see, Federation Disciples. So we got 57 minutes on that. Cat shit and onions. I'll take
Goddamn right.
No, you are.
Strut that ass, strut that ass, strut that ass, strut that ass.
Hello, Murdochs. What's happening? Yeah.
Murdoch says,
You'll be so
I
goddamn
just
fucking
some
tired
finishing
that you
touches
won't
on
be
2 of my
strutting
tunes
that
by
ass.
getting them both a DPRM. Shit ain't cheap.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Put some finishing touches on 2 of your tunes, getting them both DPRM. Shit ain't cheap. Damage per rotten manual. Rifles on steroids.
You know, you have no.
Murdoch says, Dynamic Power Redistributor Module.
You have no. Marvelous!
Marvelous?
Marvelous! You have no marvelous!
Marvelous? Huevos?
Target shield have failed in the process of calling him a mother's boy. He's a mommy's boy. He farted, see? Sludge came out when he farted. Dan, and Arnold. Dan, and Arnold.
Murdoch says, and got Boimlers for my science KDF, Advanced Temporal Defense Grenadentorp and Nicara Mines.
Boimler.
Murdoch says, it's pretty beast for KDF now.
Boimler on a KDF, that's wild, man, that's wild. That's some weird, wild stuff. That's what fins are for. Keep farting, keep sniffing. There's a reason no one gives a damn about me. That's what I have learned. Pass. Pretty bestest? Or a pretty beast?
OXNYX053 says, I just noticed the Intel bundle Orion has efficient and superior seduce this evening.
Just this evening?
Murdoch says, what bundle?
Ain't nobody got time for that. I heard an explosion in my pants. What's in my pants?
OXNYX053 says, that old Intel bundle that has a bunch of ships. I guess the proper name is the Delta Oper Ions bundle.
Operations, Delta Delta operations. Delta. At Delta, it pays. Fly me to the moon.
Murdoch says, what is efficient and superior seduce?
It's whenever somebody comes over to you and they rubs up on your leg and everything. And, are you trying to seduce me? Are you trying to seduce me? Are you not trying to seduce me, Mrs. Robinson? Oh, let it be your teddy bear. Teddy bear, teddy bear, hey. I have a blue, black and blue Christmas without me. It'll be a big fucking fight. Running around in cycles. Hell yeah! Good job, Snotty.
OXNYX053 says, efficient plus 7.5 warp core when power levels are low. Superior seduce, 30% placate, confuse, or both target.
warp core.
Murdoch says, there are other DOFs that have efficient.
They got fishes in them.
Murdoch says, my Borg character has that built in too.
Fire.
Murdoch says, but when the SROS become available I will be putting them on every Fed and KDF character.
And soon the world will be yours. Does that mean it takes from the warp core when your powers get low? Yo, teddy bear. I don't wanna be alone. Come here, I blows you up. I blows you up really hardly. He takes the monies, Lebowski. His girlfriend gave up her toe. Well then. If all these little ships or something are going to be flying around like little morons, then let's get some gravity up their ass. Boom 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 boom. Ooh, where the hell did it go? Aha, you hid behind it. I see, the blind man. Strutting that ass. Captain, the Voth are taking Omega particles from the Spire. We need to stop the Omega shuttles and the Voth dreadnought before they escape. Alright, Archer. Good plan. You! Taking away team to the shuttle. I'll man the ship. Son of a bitch, I'm kicking the ass, you whore! Oh, let it be your teddy bear. We're totally gonna science your ass. We're totally gonna do that. Target shields have failed. For good times and bad times, all these target shields have always failed. That's why they aren't there. 50 minutes, 48 minutes for that. Ooh. Ooh la la, Captain. Ooh la la. Rockin' Robin, tweet, tweet, tweet. Rockin' Robin, tweet, tweedledee. Go Rockin' Robin, 'cause we're really gonna rock tonight. Tweet, tweedledee. He rocks in the treetop all day long, hopping and popping and singing his song. Wherefore art
Murdoch
thou,
says,
enemy?
at Oxnix 053 did you buy the Delta pack? Murdoch says, species that will always have the trait, lookery, Kentari. Murdoch says, species that can have the trait, Lethean, liberated Borg, Saurian.
Santaran. Santara. Santara. Okay.
Murdoch says, for efficient.
For fish. Fishnets. For fishnets. Damn, that took a while. Oh yeah. Die, son, die.
Murdoch says, the Delta pack is old but has some good DOFs and a couple decent ships you could do surgical strikes build on. I wouldn't pay full price for that pack though, wait for sale.
Vent for sale. Request reinforcements. Reinforcements. The cheese stands alone. Alright, collect that. Collect.
Murdoch says, here I am on a Friday night, sigh.
Here I am every night, sigh. Would you rather be out on the town, getting it on like a chicken bone, at a movie theater watching a new movie, chewing toenails off, biting people? Small town Saturday night. Small town Saturday night. Howl at the moon. Shoot out the light. It's a small town Saturday night. Friday. Money loves Friday. Boresville, USA, everybody. Boresville, USA. I'm glad nobody's
Murdoch
rated.
says, my cat keeps sitting next to my computer, which annoys me. The more I move her, she is getting positive reinforcement by the attention and does it again and again, lol.
It's working. Your teddy bear. Your teddy bear, sir. Better tear. Gravy. Wait a minute, somebody's missing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the other guy? Where's the other guy? Happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday, you bastard. Okay. Gary the Klingon is next on Sci-Fi. Don't be cruel to a heart that's true. Don't be cruel to a fart that's drool. Join a random, Gary, win a prize. Gary. Boink. You spin me in circles, baby, in circles.
Today must be your lucky day.
Today's your lucky day. You've got a hollow suite ready for pouring, Captain. Dink, dink, dink.
Thank you for coming.
Nasty. Shit. It makes me sad, this one. It makes me so sad.
And prove to you that now, as always, we come in peace. Helm, evasive maneuver 7 Alpha.
Warning, ship is under attack. Rear shield failing.
OXNYX053 says, at Murdoch's sorry, I was AFK yes. Of the expansion packs I've only skipped the Discovery one, but I did get the basic first level with you ship.
Yay! This thing here is so much fun. I fall asleep while playing the game. Can't keep awake. And I'll die.
OXNYX053 says, mothballs. The scent will move the cat away. Or peppermint candles.
Peppermint candles? Peppermint. Eh? Cats don't like peppermint, eh? Gary the Klingon.
Murdoch says, well, I feel like the expansion packs are overrated and outdated, but if you got money to burn and like collecting ships, then sure. OXNYX053 says, cats do not like strong smells. But how many people go, sweet, I smell mothballs.
Oh, goody goody gumdrops. Mothballs. Takes a bite.
Murdoch says, I have the Cardassian small pack and the small Gamma one, not the full Vanguard pack.
The Gamma Man can.
OXNYX053 says, I got them when they came out originally, at often 1/2 price. Murdoch says, I'm glad I didn't buy that cause SRO going to everyone now so good enough. Murdoch says, oh okay.
Good enough for me. Yeah.
OXNYX053 says, Jam Vanguard is still looking to be the meta non-cloaked.
And the gravy train continues to plain Dame Jane mainframe. Kaboom!
Murdoch says, I got so tired of playing that ship though, lol.
Yeah. Vanguard, the Jam Hadar Vanguard. My ship is on top of attack. You might want to get it out of there.
Murdoch says, the meta may be the legendary scimitar if talking about surgical strikes builds.
Computer, freeze program.
What you dire?
Interesting data.
Murdoch says, but if you're just doing PvE content, none of it matters.
Nothing matters, damn it. Nothing really matters to me. Biff Tannen Jr. Anyway.
Murdoch says, I say that, yet I just spent money on Boimlers, and 2 DPRM consoles lol.
Boimlers? You talking about the Dolphs, or like these physical things? Anyway, the wind blows.
OXNYX053 says, trait. Murdoch says, so I have one meta ROM character, one meta fed tanker, then all my outs are better now than budget, and with Thros will all be at least mid-range and up.
Target's shields have failed.
3 hours later.
Murdoch says, I guess at some point I need to start running the damage meter.
Damage.
Target's shields have failed.
OXNYX053 says, I still made my first DPS chat channel invite with an alt I do not spend resources for. Murdoch says, we should do that sometimes, run different characters though ISA whatever it's called to asses our ship builds. OXNYX053 says, in my most recent, Elite, on an alt I run a themed build with.
ISE or ISA? What's that?
Attention, Klingon leader. I'm Admiral Fred Anderson.
Private Eye.
Murdoch says, yeah, I have themish tunes but also like to boost them up if they suck too bad.
Your offer of a ceasefire is accepted.
Good. Because we're fighting, we're not talking.
Better call Saul.
Hi, I'm Saul Goodman. Did you know that you have rights? The Constitution says you do, and so do I. I believe that until proven guilty, every man, woman, and child in this country is innocent. And that's why I fight for you, Albuquerque!
Better call Saul. Saul Goodman, attorney at law, 505-164, C-A-L-L, 505-164, C-A-L-L. Si hablas español.
And then we came back to the battle. Dankeschön.
OXNYX053 says, I am AFK combat leveling now. Murdoch says, I got my exceed rated limits build to do well now. I can spam the ability for haste without it killing me now, but after using 2 to 3 times do need to let it rebuild a bit.
Haste makes waste. Boom diada boom diada boom diada boom diada boom diada boom.
Target's shields have failed.
So you no longer have a suicide ship? Kamikaze ship. Hiroshima Kamikaze Tanaka.
Murdoch says, correct.
Correct. Bitty bitty bitty. Correct, Buck. Bitty bitty bitty. Giggly giggly giggly. Skibby gibby gibby. Skibby dibby dibby up that out out. Yup that out out. Skip gibby dib dibby out that out out. Yup that out out. Eep up up bottle poop. Bop bop bottle poop. Beep bop bop bottle poop. Bop bop bada bop bada beep bop bop bottle poop. Bop bop bottle poop. Beep bop bop bottle poop. Bop bop bada bop bop. Skibby dibby dibby out that out out. Yup that out out. Skip skibby dibby dibby out that out out. Yo do do, skibba dibba 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 yo do do. I'm the scat man. He plays in scat. He's the scat man who plays in scat. He likes to play in scat. He follows around a bunch of animals that have scat. Beep bop 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 bop. Are you cranky to find? Correct, Captain. Captain Caveman. Captain Caveman. The Batman. Oh my god.
Murdoch says, a few things I haven't done in-game is using Vanguard specialists on reroute reserves to weapons or suppression barrage. Otherwise works fine with surgical strikes and exceed rated limites. Not sure if I've used it with recursive shearing.
Start spreading the news. I feel lucky today. I wanna be a part of it. New York, New York.
What you call your most remote borders. I call too close to Klingon.
OXNYX053 says, I saw an interview of him. After I found out about him, Scatman, evidently he lived near me in LA, basically around the corner and down the road a bit. Murdoch says, you got rid of the sounds score?
What sounds?
Me!
Takuvma! I think we've seen enough for now.
Oh, the Scatman lived near you. That's pretty cool. What sounds?
Murdoch says, the buttons on bottom of stream.
They're not there? I haven't done anything with that. Oh.
OXNYX053 says, rescue and search on Elite. Entered level 3 and left level 10.
Wowzers.
Murdoch says, it's not there.
It's not there to remind you of the mess you made when you went away. I have,
Murdoch says, I am no one, I am easily forgotten. Upon talking to me, you will forget our conversation almost immediately. I am just a fading memory of the past.
I'm seeing them down there.
Murdoch says, LOL.
Let's see. Please wait. That sucks, you gotta wait. Kablooey? Play now.
I just love making things go kablooey.
Murdoch says, okay, I refreshed it came back.
Huh, I don't know. It was Dura. It was Dura.
Murdoch says, but it put me in commercials.
Oh wow. The fleet level is now 15. It was like, what, 13 yesterday? Or was it? I can't remember. Can't remember shit. I stand alone.
OXNYX053 says, defend mode to kill a mob. Voth sub core and fire at will 2 for the next mob. This is the hard part, do the things. Move for defend mode in an area to spawn camp and auto kill the mobs.
Spawn camper. Camper! Fucking campers.
Murdoch says, at Oxnix 053 I need to do some epistas for temporal recruit, wanna go? Murdoch says, I'm on Solani Dyson Sphere.
Dyson Sphere. Dyson Sphere. Capitano. Captianos.
OXNYX053 says, you could bypass the hard part and wait for the timer to reset on defend mode each time.
Oh, I have a black and blue Christmas. When I get punched in the face. And I'll be doing half alright. 28 minutes left on that one.
OXNYX053 says, not this evening, I need to get to bed soon, and I have a goal in mind.
Goal in mind. Mine! Research lab provisions. And I'm about to get her shut down because I need to do things. Prepare stuff or whatever. I need to wash clothes too. Ew. The way. Ew. Nine. Energy credits. 105 max. Oh, can it be your teddy bear? K13 provisions.
Murdoch says, was that the beginning of the Aha song? Murdoch says, aha.
Aha! No. No, Wilbert. No, Wilbert, it wasn't. No, Wilbert, no! I told you can't have any of my chocolate pudding, Wilbert. Orville Redenbacher is coming into your kitchen. Black-headed. Orville Redenbacher. Fleet Marks 3,629.
Hi, I'm Saul Goodman. Did you know that you have rights? The Constitution says you do, and so do I. I believe that until proven guilty, every man, woman, and child in this country is innocent. And that's why I fight for you, Albuquerque.
Better call Saul. Saul Goodman, attorney at law. 505-164 CALL. 505-164 CALL. Serious when you.
Sí, espero. Yeah. You're cold and tired, that is easy to see. Lower the rope to you, a bucket and a light. Your skin will be so soft and smooth, and your heart will be mine. It rubs the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again. It rubs the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again. Yes, precious, it gets the hose. Ooh. Engineering and operations. 2 days, 20 hours, 45 minutes on that, which is left. And that will give me access to something. Something over here. Somewhere other than Nile. In 1 hour and whatever, we'll boost this up to number 2. You're always on your mind. You're always on your mind.
OXNYX053 says, okay, back to AFK combat.
To AFK combat. And we're down to just the thousands in the refined lithium. Oh no, not Gary, no. No, Gary, no. I can't believe Captain Gary, Captain. I got a coal check next, just for fuck's and sakes or something. Let's see. Coal check the Night Stalker. Coal check. Coal check. AFK combat. Level that sucker up, sons. So you decided on just a new character because just reasons, or is there something behind that you don't want to have to talk about right now? Yay! Level on up. Level on up. Level up. I hear we're leveling on up. A level on up. I hope we're leveling on up. Ba-dum-bum.
OXNYX053 says, no, recruitment bonus perks to speedier level a fleet.
Oh. You're gonna level a fleet faster? By like temporarily creating a person or something like that? Must be a Jim Hadar. Well, no, they're already level whatever, aren't they? Damn it. Okay, so I can't remember, Captain. I can't. Hey, you little bastard. How are you doing down there? Yep. I'm gonna handle this and then I'm gonna turn her off for the day, night. So hopefully no one will raid me. Because you won't see shit when I'm done. It's the only thing is like, it's like raid. Well, okay, everybody, see you later. You know. Dope. Right, Yoda. That's why I say that I'm not worth being raided. Collect that. That jumped it up pretty good. Okay, okay, there. Okay, dokie, have no hair. Okay, dokie. Let's see, and that one's 5. Oh. Collect reward. It doesn't say anything about like the daily thing. So maybe you can do it again? I didn't see it go anywhere, but it doesn't say like daily limit something or whatever.
OXNYX053 says, trouble over tear, in at 10 out at 16.
In at 10 out at 16. Wow. Impressive. Most impressive. You got it down to a science. Dude. I've been waiting. Don't know what you've been waiting, oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, the world to see that you can count on me. 90. Need something with 60-ish. That one's got a 60-ish. That'll jump her up there. Bye. Boy! I jump up there, won't they, boy? Ain't that right, boy? A little retard. I'm a little retard, dumb and slow. 'Cause I am. I'm T-rarded. In a day, talking away. Oh, I don't know what time to say, I'll say it anyway. Today's another day to find you shying away. Well, I'll be coming for your love, okay? Take on me. Take me on. I'll be gone.
Murdoch says, see, you were doing the beginning of the AHA song.
Ba-da-da-da, ba-ba-ba, ba-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Where? When? What? How? What? Dun, 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 dun.
Murdoch says, Duce, Duce, Duce.
Duce, Duce.
Murdoch says, slower.
Zephyrin boom! Zephyrin Cochrane's shotgun. And I'll raise you 1,000. Okay. Okay. Can he contribute? I do this every time. I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard I try. Keep that in mind, the design is right to explain through time. All I know. Time is a valuable thing. Watch you count down how the pendulum swings. Nope, I don't want to do that yet. Dun, 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 bum. Ba-na-na. Okay, that's it, because I got things I got to do. Bells will be ringing. Oh, what a Christmas to have the blues. Please come home for Christmas. Please come home for Christmas. Alright. I'm going to shut her down, everybody. Going to shut her down. Thank you all for showing up. Even though it wasn't
OXNYX053 says, I just sit here and spam F to pick stuff up.
Just spamming F. F in the chat for Murdochs. F in the chat for Oxen.
Murdoch says, so early?
Yes, I have to do things. And wash clothes. That's why I started early.
Murdoch says, okay, well, bye-byes. OXNYX053 says, 9th rule, in at 16, already at 20. Not done yet.
Damn. That's amazing. Alrighty. Gonna click on the end stream. And I'll type in the host thing for MST3K.
Scotty, get us out of here.
You're no god to me, mister.
I am Kirok!
Okay, Finnegan.
Put the alarm.
Alrighty.
Murdoch says, MSTL.
As riff tracks, but yes, it's part of MST3K.
Murdoch says, MSTK. OXNYX053 says, ended at 21.
So you only have 9 more to go then. Wow. Amazing. Keep it up, Ox. You're doing awesome. Y'all have a good night. Clicking in stream now. Right now? Right now? Right now?
Just Call Makover says, when you buy more, you save more. And when you save more, you can buy more, you save more. And when you save more, you can buy more, you save more. And when you save more, you can buy more.
You're damn right. Buy more. That was so funny on Chuck. When you save more, you can buy more. And when you buy
Murdoch
more, you
says,
can save more.
It's a cycle.
It's a cycle that cannot never be completed, like the song that never ends. Alrighty. Clicking in stream now. Y'all have a good night. Bye-bye.
OXNYX053 says, heck, I might have talked the wife into getting a laptop on the Marrow. Just Call Makover said.